Hello guys and welcome to Heroes of Might and Magic 3. This is Headhunter and this time we're going English. I'm going to show you a nice game played on the Duel template. Lately I'm going to play only this template because the game length is quite shorter than the standard games. So we're going to start with, I would say, very experienced player who has a higher rating than me, but I'm always excited to play better players and learn from them a little bit. This game has been played a few days ago and the commentary is added later, so I'm not usually able to talk and play at the same time, so the post-commentary analysis is better for me and you because we can look at the game, think about it and point out the mistakes and so on. So the random roll is Necropolis versus Fortress, but there is one free roll and I'm going to ban the Fortress because I think I lately played Fortress a lot. So I wanted to try something else. Castle against Stronghold, yeah, let's do this. We're going to bet against each other. I think I'm going to stop around 3k. I'm quite happy to play Stronghold, which is usually considered the weaker of those two. Castle is very popular. It's one of the better towns on this template, so I didn't even stop on 3k. I stopped on 3.7. I think this is like the tops. This I should maybe stopped a little bit earlier because I was happy to play Stronghold, and I don't think somebody would pay like 4k just to play Castle against Stronghold, because Stronghold is quite good. It's hard in the beginning because Barbarian Heroes has the lowest amount of knowledge, but later there are excellent fighters. You always get offense and you have the option to go for Behemoths, and those are quite cheap, and in late game they are just awesome. I would say there are one of the very few units that are able to fight against Archangels even in late game. Castle basically always goes to late game with double build on Angels, and because the power stack of Archangels is just the best. You can clone them, you can resurrect with the clones your main stack, and it's very dangerous. Especially if the Castle player also has the middle town in the middle of the map, then I would say it's almost GG. Well, basically, of course, there are other options like diplomacy for the opponent and so on. So, I like Stronghold because of the Behemoths. Behemoths reduces the amount of armor to 20%, so they reduced it for 80%, so they can even beat Archangels in a straight up fight. Of course, they are slower, so there is the issue of the speed and of the speed priority in the battle. If you don't want to play Behemoths as a Stronghold, you can always just use your power stack as a birds. That's why we always play Shiva. She's not only that she has a specialty for the birds, but she's also good looking, and I think many of you would be happy if you have a girlfriend like Shiva, like real barbarian girl. What was the name of the woman who were dating with Barbar Conan? Cannot remember that right now. Anyways, we both restarted. We didn't like very much our initial bunker position. I quite liked the previous bunker, but my opponent restarted, so have to play this one. This is not looking that well because the gold mine is behind the castle, behind the starting town. So this will take some time to get there. Hopefully I get some spells. I was kind of lucky to have +3 knowledge already, and now +4. So yeah, so this bunker is not that bad. It will take some time to get all the necessary things, but if I, as a barbarian, leave with 5 knowledge, then I consider it as a good bunker. Thanks to the starting gold, I was able to build birds immediately. This is also very nice. Oh, and the schooler gave me another knowledge, so 6 knowledge. That must be some world record for barbarian in the bunker. It's +5 knowledge. This is excellent. And I'm going to take the bunker. I'm going to take the gold mine, town portal to the main town, buy all the army, I would say, then replenish my mana in the Moonwell and get out. So actually this bunker, I like it a lot. Too bad I didn't take this last scroll spell, this the Dimension Door. If I had taken the Dimension Door, I would get out of the bunker even in this day, in the 4th day. Now I get out in the 5th day, which is late. If you saw my previous video, I was talking that you basically want to leave the bunker before the 5th day. Leaving on the 5th day is late. It's just too late. But I have 6 knowledge, so let's leave it at that. Also, having the orcs at the gold mine is surprisingly the less preferable option. As a barbarian, it's way better to have a power stack of wolf riders or even goblins. You usually don't get many orcs, and orcs are slowing you down. They have only 4 speed, so I would prefer to not have any orcs at all. I would leave the starting orcs in the town, and I would leave only with goblins, wolf riders, and the birds. But as it is, I have to take the orcs. So on the 5th day, my opponent already took his main castle. This is very good start. But on the other hand, I have well placed this mineral spring, which is a great building for stronghold, because it doubles your mana and you can visit it twice a week. You can visit the both parts of the building, left side and the right side. So very good and very much needed for stronghold, because as I was saying, the barbarian heroes usually have the lowest amount of knowledge of all the heroes, maybe the same amount as Beastmasters. So I'm in my main town in the 6th day, which is not so bad, considering that I left the bunker on the 5th day and I didn't skip the corner town, which is Conflux, and I really don't think anybody should skip the Conflux as a stronghold player, because the chances for getting earth magic and air magic on barbarian are not that high. So usually you are forced to build the School of Magic in the Conflux town and buy one of the magic, maybe even 2. It depends what you roll in. So I'm going to get a Dwelling for Rocks. I'm playing it a little bit slow, but I think I haven't played Stronghold for some time, so I was remembering how to best fight the Dwelling, because you have to give some food to the rocks and force them not to wait but to attack, and then you have to retaliate. And you saw how I did the battle. I think that was the best possible option to fight the Dwelling, because I had almost no losses, only 1 wolf rider, 2 goblins or something like that. So that was the ideal scenario. So on the 7th day, I'm going to double build rocks and have one dwelling. This is not so bad. And as you see, I blind DD. I missed the road. Of course, I wanted to DD on the road, but I did it close to the Behemoths external dwelling. And so now it's basically decided that I'm going to play a double build on Behemoths. I won't be able to build Behemoths on the first week, but I'm going to have the dwelling on the first week, which is very good, I would say. I even I can afford to stop in here. I will waste only a few movement points. I can sleep in the dwelling, and I can start next week with 2 Behemoths, which is, I think, excellent start for me. And on the right side, I can see the Sword of Judgment, basically one of the best items in the game, and maybe the best item you can have in your biome. In your biome, you maybe don't need a Book of Air that soon, but you need the stats, because if you are able to get high stats on your biome, you can easily kill the Utopia in your biome, and usually the Book of Air can be found somewhere else, maybe in the treasury zone or wherever you go. I think you can find a Book of Air. Of course, you can find a Swords of Judgment again, but it's better to have the powerful stats as soon as possible. It lowers your losses basically in each battle. So I discovered that no, I'm sorry. I wanted to say I discovered that the middle town is castle, but no, I almost forgot. My opponent is castle, so that is why I went this way. You always should remember which towns are in which position in your biome. So you have to know that as soon as you go out in the bunker, there is one town in the middle, and if you start on the left upside corner, then the corner town will be conflux. And as I was saying, the barbarian needs the conflux, so I almost never skip it. Then you always have to take your main town, which is your starting town. This is the stronghold, and then you can decide whether you go down or up, right side or left side. And one town is your opponent's town. This is the castle. And the second town that I'm currently not having yet is the town that will be located in the middle. And we already saw that in the middle there will be a tower. This is very strong middle town, because you can try to build up to Titans. You can try to double build, and of course Titans are one of the very few units that can fight against Archangels. So we can even go supreme late game. We can go to the final day, which is 242, yeah, second month, 4th week, second day. If I'm able to hold the middle town, and if I'm double building Behemoths and Titans, yeah, then I can fight the Archangels even. But we will see how long the game will be. Anyways, right now I'm fighting Fangarms. This is not that easy of a fight, because they can hypnotize your units and they can always retaliate. So it's better basically to attack them with your Wolf Riders and Goblins, because they will just not only retaliate to every each of them, but they will also hypnotize them. And as we can see, they killed my Wolf Riders, but it was the best Pandora. It was Thunderbirds already. It was the strongest Pandora. And honestly, I didn't even expect that. I expected the Ogres. But Fangarms are considered level 5 units, and there were quite few of them. So basically, to have a Thunderbird box that early is very unusual, and I'm very happy about it. And I think I will have Rocket start I'm going turbo. Due to double mana, I don't need to sleep in my castle. I can just go straight further. There is another external dwelling to the rocks, and there are few of decently looking boxes. So I'm going to take them, and having even expert air magic, also great. There is a magic well nearby. This is a quite awkward position of the magic well. Usually it's best for you if the magic well is somewhere near one of the towns. But I can use it for my advantage, at least for now. I'm going to double DD. I'm going to use my expert air. I even decided to DD a little bit lower than is the pirate box, because I wanted to take the looking tower. Not sure if I can attack. My instincts say I should fly with the birds immediately, but the quick combat said I will lose one Thunderbird, which I was not happy about. And I wonder how did the 10 pirates kill one bird? That is just beyond my my understanding. But I guess there has had to be a morals involved, maybe on both stacks. So I rather waited and let them shoot my goblins instead of risking to lose one Thunderbird. So I'm able to double DD and kill both of the boxes, then replenish mana, and I don't think I will have enough movement to just town portal, so I will town portal next day. I will lose some moving points, because if I was able to town portal, I would just have higher speed. Well, I could have go straight to the magic well and replenish my mana, but I would have to skip the box, and this was a strong box. This was a sturdy ogress, and I didn't want to skip that box. This is essential box for fighting Utopia. Ogre box. Yeah, wanted to have ogre boxes, because basically right now I'm almost able to fight, for example, the Hornet demons, get the Sword of Judgment, then maybe even fight the Utopia. It would be just nice to upgrade my birds so I can have them on one stack, and then I'm basically able to fight almost anything, even breaking after having the Sword of Judgment. It is close to breaking point. But the game plan is a little bit different. Playing against Castle and having my Behemoth dwelling on the first week, I wanted to double build Behemoths, so I stopped in the castle, I got the stables obviously, and then I've got some resources from the Naga Bank. Having +2, also nice. Unfortunately, I cannot TP to any town because I don't have advanced magic earth, but I got lucky and I rolled into earth magic without the need to buy the School of Magic in the Conflux. So this is much better now. With air magic first and with no earth, it's quite complicated to get the earth even from the Conflux, because you cannot just TP there across the whole biome. You have to slowly get closer to the Conflux, and then by the earth magic it takes a lot of time. It's basically one entire day wasted just to get near the Conflux town and just a TP in the Conflux town, buying the School of Magic, resources, wood or gold, buying the magic. It's quite expensive, especially when I want to double build Behemoths on the second week. So far I have enough wood and ore. This is quite okay. Army is looking very good. and yeah, I need the crystals. So with this army, I was definitely able to go for the Sword of Judgment and I think even the Utopia. But I decided to go on the other side because there was the crystal mine. I don't forget I need 20 crystals, and then I need to find the second dwelling. There are only 2 Behemoths dwelling. On the Duel template there are only 2 fractions that have only 2 level 7 dwellings, and those are Castle and Stronghold, because Archangels and Behemoths are basically the best late game tier 7 units, and if those factions have a higher number of the dwelling, they will be just too strong. It's a little bit debatable if Tower should have 3 giant dwellings, because obviously if you manage to double build giants, those are not that expensive, at least in terms of gold. Then you can have the 3 dwellings and outnumber with the Titans the other units, and if you manage to get the sharpshooter bow, then the Titans have the highest damage, I would say, in all the tier 7 units. But it is that it is. Stronghold have only 2 dwellings, so I need to find the second one. I think the movement was very good because I was able to get in the town. I'm sleeping only having Thunderbirds, so I will have a lot of moving points starting next day. I already have the advanced earth, and there are 2 external dwellings for Thunderbirds, for birds, next to each other, so obviously I'm going to take them. So where to TP? Left side or right side? And I've chosen the wrong side, and this is very unfortunate, because now I'm going to have to go all around them or skip them entirely, and I don't think I want to skip them because since I'm double building Behemoths, I of course want to have a decent power stack of the Thunderbirds. I have specialty on Thunderbirds, they are great units, so you know, there are like 6 external dwellings for them, I think. So skipping 2, not really an option. I have to take them. Expert Earth, this is fine. I'm going to have to not buy the rocks in the dwelling because I have no space for them. And great, I rolled right into logistics. Perfect, this is perfect. And there is the external Behemoth dwelling, so excellent. So I have all the dwellings, that's fine. And I just need a few resources. Now I'm deciding whether to go straight into dwelling, and it would be actually better to go back and sleep in the watering place. So because the watering place gives you plus 1000 moving points next day, and as I was looking on the map, then the travel from the watering place to the Behemoth dwelling is less than 1000, so I'll be better off sleeping in the watering place, and I get few extra moving points. It would be even better if I didn't go to the dwelling to fight the guard. That gave me nothing. I could fight the guard on the next day, and instead of this I could have picked something up. There is maybe, but there is nothing. Oh, well, it's because I missed DD next to the double rock dwelling, so the last day was not good movement wise, but I think it was just randomly I chosen the wrong side, so you know. So we have 127, last day of the second week, and I have to get like 6000 and free crystals. The crystals are fine. I can maybe trade them on the marketplace, but I also miss wood. I also miss some wood. This is not very good. So this is why I opted to kill the Cyclopes. Right now I have all the available resources except for gold. So I can trade some for gold. I'm not sure how many marketplaces I have. I think I have only one, maybe not even one, so this is quite bad. But yeah, there is the building for plus 2000, and there is at least the level 2 Dwarven Treasury. So this will be plus 4k, and it's going to be exactly 12,000. Yeah, this is excellent. The only downside is that I'm not able to replenish my mana. I have to sleep in the Dwarven Treasury, and I don't have enough mana for Town Portal. So the only option for me now is to travel either to some town, either of my town, to replenish my mana, or there is the Mineral Spring, which can give me double mana. I'm even considering to kill the Greater Basilisk box first. I'm not sure what will be there. There is a horde of Basilisk. This is quite a lot, but there are also guarding the chapel. Damn, I almost demolished my computer now. This is how much I care about this video, and you guys, obviously. So there is one option to kill the Basilisk box and then replenish my mana, but I'm not sure if I need it. I don't really need it. I need only gold. I don't need boxes right now. I don't think there will be another bird box. That would be just ridiculous. It might be an ogre box. Ogres will be fine in the Utopia, but I don't really need them that much. I just need the gold to buy the Behemoths and maybe the birds also. Well, I have chosen to go for the box. It's 131. This is not that late, considering that I'm double building Behemoths, so I don't need to break like this day or even the next day. Advanced logistics, that's fine. And that, oh, there is a second bird box. Oh my god, I wasn't even sure about it. There is a second bird box, so it was excellent decision. And now I regret that I was telling you that there is no bird box, because I could look like some genius if I was just saying that, if I just told you that, oh my god, it's so obvious, there is a second bird box and I'm so good, and you can all masturbate to me right now, as you are doing, I'm sure. So I have double mana now. I have a really great stack of birds. I just need to upgrade them, and I need to get some gold, and right now I'm sure I'm going to get to the Utopia. So I guess no DD now. This just would make no sense. Just TPing in the main stronghold. If you're a little bit confused, usually players call their main town the town that is in their biome. Like maybe some of you would think that if a player says, I'm going to my main, then it's the bunker town, the starting town. But usually it's not very practical to go to the bunker, and you usually buy and upgrade almost all of your units in the biome, in the second town. The only exception usually is Archangels, because the biome town is quite vulnerable for attacking from the treasury zone, and you don't want your opponent to rush you from the treasury and stealing your town, in which you invested like incredible amount of resources to upgrade. So as of Archangels, you usually upgrade them in the bunker underground, so it's as far as possible from your opponent. So Utopia is dead. It's 30k or 20k. It was well, the artifacts not so good. Not so good, honestly. Orb of Air, I could get the Orb of Air somewhere else. I think it won't help me now because I need the Book of Air first, and the Book of Water is unfortunately almost useless for Stronghold, because Stronghold, Barbarians and Overlords from dungeon cannot get the water magic. Water magic is quite important on this template. Especially when your power stack, when your level 7 tier 7 unit is Behemoths, you would like to get water magic, because if you're sieging a castle, you are not able to teleport Behemoths behind the walls, and sometimes it can be a deciding move. So Barbarians unfortunately cannot get the water, so Book of Water is almost useless. So this Utopia basically gave me only gold, but it's okay. I needed the gold anyway. I appreciate it. I would like to upgrade to Ancient Behemoths as soon as possible also. So I have enough gold basically, but don't have enough crystals. So quick TP home, buying all the available army. Upgrading them, that took only 400 moving points. That's okay. And I'm going to break right now. I'm not sure if I reach. Yeah, I'm going to reach the break. Not sure if I reach the town. Green Dragons. I was going blindly to the break with this army and this stats. I don't have to choose. Well, obviously I wouldn't want to fight Titans, Cyclop Kings, maybe even Power Liches. So basically I wouldn't want to fight ranged units, but other than that it doesn't matter with this other army. 29 attack even. Shiva, really good hero. So breaking 133, not so bad. And I'm able to reach the town. This is perfect. Yeah. The only thing that is not going so well is the timer. I have problems with that in my games. I think this is my weak side, the timer. I'm reasonably quick, but I'm not as quick as the top players. And I think Vasil with 800 rating almost is definitely one of the better players, I would say. I'm not sure if he's like top 10 on the Duel, maybe even around top 10. I don't know all the players. So the timer, well, I'm going to have to pick up the pace a little bit, but I think movement wise it's a great result to have in 133 your first town in the treasure zone and have the double build and have cleared the Utopia, having great stats, great army. I think this is a good start. I'm quite happy with this. If I look at the stats on the tavern, I have way higher stats than my opponent. I think he's probably double building angels as most of the castle players would do. Let's quickly check via view air, and I can even see him. There's the eye, and surprisingly he already has Archangels. This is quite strong. I didn't expect him to have Archangels on 134. That means I'm almost sure that he just single built the angels. So he built the angels, then he Then he upgraded to Archangels. Probably have to kill the Utopia first. And he will try to build the second Portal of Glory in 137, something like that. Well, that's a good plan. Because with Archangels, he's basically able to kill anything without almost any losses. So he can preserve his marksman stack, crusader stack, all the army he could find in additional zones. So a good strategy, and I guess a good play to have Archangels that early. But he's still in the biome, so obviously I will get to the middle first. And there is a Cornucopian, a great artifact for me at this time. I would say great artifact for me this time, because I guess we're going a little bit of a late game at least. And with Cornucopian, I can try to build the Titans as soon as possible. With Stronghold, I will have no issues to clear any Utopias. Sometimes playing few factions, few towns, you have a little bit of trouble to beating Utopias. For example, if you break really early as a Rampart with Grand F power stack, or really early as a Cove, the Utopias always kill few units, few and there. Maybe even if you break really early as a Conflux. So with Stronghold, it's very easy. You can almost quick combat. You can quick combat almost anything, I would say so. So hopefully there will be no timer issues. Like right now, there was a little bit of timer issue. Yeah, I ended the turn and I still had a few moving points, but it's not so bad. It was only a few, and I'm able to get the Cornucopian, and there is a Goose, so the economics will be excellent. And there is also a box. I wonder what will be there in the box. Sorry for the noise. Sorry for the noise. The quality of my sound is not very high. I'm aware of that. I'm very sorry. And I don't have the best skills on my hero. Definitely didn't want to have leadership. Having fire magic is okay. This is okay, because as I was saying, I won't be able to get water magic. So having fire is very good. You can use fire to various things. Obviously, the most powerful is Mass Berserk, but that's why in the late game players always have to look for the Berserk immunity. But if I'm able to attack quick enough, if this game doesn't go that late, I think Mass Berserk could be very powerful. It depends. Usually the castle player have to pick some other things first. Like first to get all the resources to double build angels, to upgrade the angels. It's really the resource game to build town halls and, you know, kill all the cyclop buildings. Then getting the spells, some stats, and usually the castle player is a little bit passive in the first like 3 weeks until he gets just all the archangels and all the spells and so on. So maybe if he doesn't get the Berserk immunity by accident, maybe I can surprise him with Mass Berserk. And also the sacrifice with Expert Fire is very effective, one of the best spells if it's used properly. So maybe I did a little bit of a mistake because I went straight down. I didn't go straight up to the middle town. I saw Utopia and then I saw another Utopia, and I was thinking that I can use the time for which I'm faster in the midsection, and I can steal some valuable things from my opponent on his side of the treasury. Because in a few days the opponent will be there definitely, and he will start to get all the things that he needs. And if I'm able to steal at least, you know, 1 or 2 utopias, this could be very good, because the gold is so much more important playing these races. Like as I was saying, he needs to build the angels, and there is a midtown. This is there, which is tower. So there's always the possibility of building titans. We will need all the resources possible. Basically, I will dare to say that we don't even need the diplomacy. Obviously, I took the diplomacy. It's really good if it's offered. But if I'm able to spend all the resources just building the towns and buying titans, nagas, and so on, I think I can have a great army just by buying it without the need for a good diplo. So it actually turned out perfectly, and I wasn't even planning it. I stole 2 utopias from the south side of the treasury zone, and I was still able to get to the midtown by the end of my turn. And I didn't even plan this, which I shouldn't have told you, because you would assume again that I'm this evil genius. But it was a little bit of luck, and it turned out perfectly. So I think 136, having this army, this amount of gold, even rolled into diplomacy, it's looking so great. It's looking so great. The only issue is the timer, but so far I'm able to use the time well. I don't have to spend so much time in the battles, because usually I can just play a few seconds of start of the battle and then finish them with quick combat. I have to switch the artifacts regularly, as you can see. I have these control groups. I have binded the artifacts. Control +1 are the fighting artifacts, and control +2 are the economic artifacts, cornucopian and goose. So I have to switch them by the start and by the end of the turn. And I have enough resources for building all the necessary things. The only thing I need, obviously, is the wood and ore, and I need to sell artifacts for the wood and ore, because there is no other way to get all the necessary wood and ore. The cornucopian gives you only the valuable resources, not the wood and ore. And obviously there are few these cyclop buildings, but not sure if there are enough of them. And of course they are not the main target I want to go for. Like right now, yeah, there is this cyclop building, so I'm going to take it, but I won't travel like a whole day just to get a few resources. So 2 next to each other and a Book of Earth. Obviously there was no question against it. I have to take it, and suddenly I have enough resources. There is a third one, and it's on the road, so it doesn't slow me down. I wanted to go there anyway. I wanted to maybe take the town on the west, on the east, sorry, on the right side of the map. Maybe find a few boxes. I'm usually trying to farm the middle section first on the opponent side. Like if I'm in the middle and my opponent is in the southeast corner, then I'm usually looking first to his side, to south and to east, to try to steal quote unquote his artifacts, his boxes and his utopias first. And on the later I will move to my side of the treasury zone. So there is a Book of Air. Yeah, that's very important. Rust Dragons guarding box, Pandora box. This could be very interesting. Of course, there is a tomb, there is a Manchury, and this lame artifact. So not sure. There is a Lion Shield, also very nice. Maybe I could start to think about the Iron Fist. I already have the crown of the ogre. There is this sword, or what is it? The stick of the ogre. That's 2. Oh, well, that's not enough yet. So I haven't been able to build the giants on the 3rd week. Hopefully I will be able to build them this week. And of course I need to upgrade the Behemoths, because if my opponent already has Archangels, he can build some angels beginning of the 4th week, which is like now, and then he could push me, and I would have to run, because right now I cannot fight the Archangels without ancient Behemoths. I need to upgrade the Behemoths first. The Archangels are way too strong for this. And there is another Utopia. There are a lot of Utopias close to the midtown. This is very good. I can take them later. But it's the beginning of the week, so first stable up, pick up the army from my main town, pick up the army from the second town, upgrade the ancient Behemoths, and yeah, there are 17 ancient Behemoths and 77 Thunderbirds. Very scary army in 1-for-1. I already have the Book of Air, I have the Lion Shield, the Sword of Judgment. I got the Orb of Air from my main biome Utopia, so yeah, I'm good to go to attack. So right now, decision time. Either I farm again, or and I build double giants, or I push my opponent right this moment. I think both options are fine. I would say both options are fine. Maybe going for late game is a little bit risky. Of course, I can build the double giants and double titans, but it will take some time. It will take at least a week to build for the titans, and preferably it would take another week to get a healthy amount of titans, like to pick up few dwellings and get the growth for the next week and so on. And in meantime, I'm risking that my opponent will get some good diplo, like he can diplo some angels somewhere, and he will push me and it's over. Because if he push me and I build the middle town for him, then suddenly he gets the titans too. Obviously I would upgrade my giants in my biome, but still he could upgrade too. It's just that if I build the giants for him, he can get them too. So this is less preferable option. Right now I'm feeling very strong, and I think I'm going to push my opponent. And the good thing is that on the way there is also at least a library. A library will further increase my stats. So I'm not even spending all the time just moving towards my opponent. I was just picking library and a few other things. I have decent army. I won't be switching to economy artifacts right now because my opponent could be attacking me. So the only thing I could have is elixir. Elixir would help me a lot. But stats wise, I'm very far ahead. I even have higher spell power, and I'm playing as a barbarian against caster, against cleric, and the fighting stats, the difference is just so big that I think the Behemoths will just eat the Archangels for lunch. Of course, there is a problem of getting behind the walls when sieging a castle. That would be very hard, especially my opponent is very good, and I'm sure he will think of something like destroying my catapult at some point. First, he could deal with the Thunderbirds. He could clone to resurrect all the Archangels if he loses some to my casting. So maybe first thing protection from air, second thing dealing with the Thunderbirds, resurrecting, cloning, and then if he destroys my catapult, then there will be no way for me to get my Behemoths behind the walls. And basically I would have only one option, and that is casting Earthquake, which is like the most stupidest thing, because he could clone every round, and every round he can either attack with the clone and do incredible amount of damage, or attack with something else and resurrect with the clone, and over time I would lose. But luckily he just doesn't have enough. The stats difference and the army difference is too big, so he abandoned his main town, and this is very good for me. Of course he didn't leave any angels in this town, so he has all the units, and I guess he's sleeping in his bunker. And you know, as I was saying, look at this. I stole this town and he upgraded Archangels in this town, and this is definitely a little bit of a mistake. So for me, I can win the game just by holding this town for another week. And if I hold this town for a week, I get Archangels too. This is that's why this is exactly why players should upgrade the angels in the bunker. When I saw that he upgraded Archangels in this town, I had an idea, and this is to find the angel dwelling. Hopefully there will be one angel, because I think there is a decent chance he didn't buy the angels like every week. It's only one for free, so I'm not sure if he bought the angels. Maybe he did. Maybe when he saw me getting close, he bought all the angels, but I wanted to try it anyway. I want to get to the dwelling. I want to buy at least one angel. I can immediately upgrade the angel to Archangel, and I will get even speed priority. And when we meet, like not in the castle, when there is no walls, then it would be easy fight for me. So I got the dwelling, but there is no angel available. Never mind, I can try another time. Anyway, it's good thing that I took it, because if I take the dwellings, if I hold the town, he won't get enough angels for the next week. So I'm heavily crippling his angel growth. This was maybe a mistake. I saw that my movement is not enough to take the conflux and TP back to the castle, and I left it. This was maybe a mistake. He obviously is going to take his castle back. This is like no question about it. But I was thinking that he got the army anyway. He bought all the army, so maybe we fight. Maybe we fight in this town. He has 15 Archangels. This is decent. But I have 17 ancient Behemoths. In straight up fight, the Behemoths should always beat the Archangels, especially with expert offense and the stat difference. The problem is the walls. Well, I think looking at it now, it was a mistake. I should have let the conflux just be him. I should have not take the conflux, and I should have guarded the town. Yeah, but there is also the issue that even if he sieges me in his town, he still could block the gate, and I won't be able to get out. If he blocks the gate, and if some units even dies right in front of the gate will be permanently closed, and I could not teleport, I think. But if he sieges the town, then he's not able to destroy his own catapult, and there is no the secondary skill of ballista, the ballistics. So he couldn't just stop his own catapult from destroying the walls, but it would take too much time. So it would still be a little bit difficult for me to get behind the walls, and he will get shot by the towers. This would be helpful, but he could like hit and run with the Archangels, like wait one turn, attack in attack as the last thing of one turn, and then return at the beginning of the second turn. He could clone. He could even cast the clone at the end of the turn, so he can use the clone twice. He could use the clone for resurrection and attacking, and this would be like fighting in a castle. When the castle is present is just not the ideal scenario for me. Even as defending, but maybe 15 Archangels are not enough. Even the towers would do a significant amount of damage when there is no other units, basically no other units, few Nagas, few Crusaders. So holding the town would be a better option. I shouldn't have abandoned the town. There was a mistake. We can agree on that it was a mistake. So let's get back to the game. I teleported to my main town. I was a little bit afraid of the 15 Archangels, to be honest. I think I didn't expect so much, but the math is correct. I think 15 Archangels is just correct. If you double build, if you buy all the angels from the dwelling, maybe he had both dwelling on the second week. He didn't double build on second week. That's almost impossible. So 15 Archangels are okay. I myself have 17, so why couldn't he have 15? So yeah, this is okay. I was a little bit afraid. I felt like I could throw the game by some not really thought out move, like fighting too soon or something. I think I slowed him down anyways. I slowed him down a little bit. I took 3 of right now I took 4 of his cities. He has to get the cities back, and in meantime I got some vision. I got some stats. I got the arena, and hopefully I'll get the library from his biome too. And he's not getting any additional artifacts. Let's not forget he spent only a little bit of time in the treasury zone. He might not have all the necessary things. Like for example, he still could be missing like Book of Air or the Air Orb or the Berserk immunity. And that's the thing. He didn't have much time for getting the artifacts. So right now, yeah, I tried it. I tried if I get to the his castle, and it's not possible. It's just too far. But he still might not have the Berserk immunity. He didn't spend much time in the treasure zone. I forced him to stay in his biome to pick up his own dwellings and stuff. So this was a good move overall for me. It could be better if I held his town. Yeah, it could be better. But it was still worth it for me, I think. And right now, there is an additional thing. When I decided to leave his biome and go again in the middle, I was thinking, with stables, I was able to take his side down in the treasury zone. Then I took his tower, and I'm red. And if there is an advantage for a red player, obviously usually it's that you get to the middle first, because the red player starts. But this is not about who gets to the middle first. He was never going to rush the middle, so it doesn't matter. But if there is an advantage for red, it's a red rush. So I think his best move would be to attack now in War for 147. And since I'm in the tower, there are no towers, and when there is no citadel present, then his catapult will destroy the walls in few turns. So there would be no issue for my behemoths to go out. So fighting in this tower would be a little bit better for me than fighting in the castle when there are fortified walls and when the catapult would take a million years to destroy them all. So this was my train of thought. I would be better to fight in the tower, which didn't happen, and I think it was his best option, and he didn't attack. And right now I'm going to red rush, and I think this is the move. This is the move. I have to attack now. I was even able to pick up few behemoths from the dwelling, and right now I have to attack. This is the time, this is the move. Still no elixir, well, okay. And right now I have to attack. What is very surprising for me, not only that he a little bit increased his stats, but he has double the amount of Archangels, and oh my god, how did this happen? How did he has 28 Archangels right now, when just few days ago he had 15? So he had to deploy angels, and basically this is why he didn't attack. He knew that yeah, he's not berserk immune. So yeah, if he was berserk immune, I think he might even win. 28 Archangels behind the walls with towers, with no possibility of behemoths going behind the walls. 300 mana against 227, he would win. I think he would win the game. He would just clone the Archangels like a madman and just attack and resurrect all over again. And I would never get the speed priority. He protected them from air, great move. I was thinking whether I should keep the Orb of Earth, because the protection from air is an obvious move. But I could kill a lot of them by meteor shower when when having the Orb of Air, 36 spell power, having the Orb of Earth, sorry, and meteor shower would be devastating, at least for one round. But the next round he would protect from Earth, and then he would again clone every turn. And the scariest thing for me is that if he played it right, he could use each of the clone twice. He would cast in the end of the turn, so he would resurrect and he would start the next turn, and then he would even attack with the 28 or whatever Archangels, and that would be devastating. I think he would win the game. But there is no berserk immunity, and I felt that picking fire magic would be a great move, and of course deciding to not double build the Titans and rather to attack using the fire magic before he gets all the items he needs. So the Archangels were waiting on the first round, so obviously in the first round they killed the Nagas. This is not so bad, and they will start again. If they didn't attack the Nagas, I think he would killed many of the Thunderbirds, and then he would get back the next turn. That would be the best play for him, I think. But he wasn't able to do this because he was berserked. And right now this is very difficult for him because all his units are berserked except the Archangels. So there is not much he can do, I think. What is dangerous, I think, is that even the berserked Archangels still do a lot of damage. So basically he needs to get rid of his own Crusaders, maybe. Because he needs his Archangels to kill my units. No? But then I think there's no way. There's no way for him to win. Getting berserked is just... Maybe if he just morals, like he needs to morale a lot. This was nice. He summoned air and he killed like a lot of birds. That hurt. Like that was just, you know, a lot of birds. And with summoning, it's like I cannot chain the air elementals. That would be just stupid. I wouldn't kill them all, and the chain would just do nothing to Archangels, and he would get the Archangels to move and fight another round. So there is no way I'm chaining or destroying the air elementals. So obviously I have to berserk the Archangels again. That's just no question about it. And the Archangels will attack the air elementals. So he like spended his mana, but he won't get much damage. And this is good for him, because if each round he spends mana for air elementals and I spend mana for berserk, and the Archangel keeps just killing the air elementals, then eventually we both run out of mana, but the Archangel stack will remain intact, and maybe he gets... well, it depends how many air elementals the Archangel will kill. So this was not so bad for him. But I need to do this smarter. I need to get the Archangels behind the walls. I need them to fly over the wall so my Behemoths can reach them. This is a priority. So I actually want the Archangel to attack my units, not his units. And the air elementals will keep the Archangel behind the walls. So this is basically what he wants, I guess. But I want the Archangel to fly outside. I even can get like my gargoyles or wolf riders in the water, like in this, like close to the wall. But it's still it would be one hex closer for him to attack his own units. So right now he's basically deciding what to do with the air elemental, but there is not many options. If he goes too far from the Archangel, he's risking that the Archangel will fly over the walls, and that would be deadly for him. So he needs the Archangel to stay, and basically he needs the Archangel to morale at some point. But I'm not sure what his morale is. Obviously he can have the building, after you build tower, and you can build a brotherhood of something in castle. That gives you additional +1 morale. He combined 2 races, which is still +1 because Archangels give you +1. He should get high morals. Yeah, he could have like +2, but why does he not? He has neutral morals. That's excellent for me because he can be berserked forever. But why? I cannot remember if I had any minus moral artifact, but I didn't. I have the Book of Air and the orbs and the dispel immunity. So why does he have neutral morals? then maybe only if he visited a tomb, which gave you -3, and he could have like +2 for the building and +1 for the Archangels is +3, and that's why he has neutral. But this is that would be like very stupid for him to go to the tomb before the main battle. That would be like insanely stupid. Not sure. Maybe I'm missing something right now as I'm looking at the game. Why does he have only neutral morals? That just makes no sense. Makes no sense to me. So he moved the air elementals a little bit down, and that gives me a chance. No, the Archangel would have to fly 2 hexes to fly to Jesus. The Archangels would have to fly 2 hexes to fight the gargoyles, and only 1 hex to fight the air elementals. So they always will fight with the elemental. This is closer. But why did he do that? That's like, no. Well, I think he knows he lost. With neutral morals, there's just no way for him to. Yeah, he attacked the elemental. The retaliation is negligible. So if he summons every turn, but he cannot summon if he doesn't get the turn. So, and he can get morals. So I need to kill the Crusaders and the air elementals, and this is quite easy for me to do. The only problem is that if I kill the air elementals with my Thunderbirds, the next round Archangels will kill the Thunderbirds, and I would prefer them not to do that. So I want to kill the air elementals with something else. It cannot be the cast, obviously, because I have to cast the Berserk. And it cannot be the genies, maybe? Can it be the genies? Like, I mean the unupgraded ones. They have speed 7, and Air Elemental has also speed 7. But I think I'm having a ring of +1, no? Ring of speed. Maybe I will check that. Unfortunately, I cannot berserk the Archangels and the Crusaders, because I would also berserk my own genies. And honestly, I don't need to berserk the Crusaders. I will just kill them with whatever. Yeah, I'm equipping the... I have equipped the ring of +1 speed. So unupgraded genies are still faster than the air elementals and the Crusaders. So I think the correct move would be killing the Crusaders with the bird, so bird is not close to the Archangels, and then killing the air elemental with the genie, and then I need to fly with the gargoyles between the genie and the Archangel, so the Archangel in the beginning of next round would strike a gargoyle. So this is basically easy. With 40 attacks on my hero against 12 defense, you can see the damage is just insane. Even 30 genies will kill like 3 Archangels, so in a straight up fight I would completely destroy him. Oh, so yeah, this is not even that close, especially with Berserk. So right now, yeah, the Archangels will kill the gargoyles, and then I will get them behind the walls to kill the wolves, and then I will just smash them with Behemoths. Okay, so the towers killed the gargoyles, so the Archangels killed my genies. Okay, doesn't matter though, he cannot get morals, so it's basically decided. Like, he will get the wolves, I will make him to go a little bit further so I can surround the Archangel. Maybe I could make him to step in the water even. But right now it's done. It's done. I will use the Ogres for retaliate. Right? The damage is just insane damage. Berserk him for the next turn. 10 to 16 Archangels with one shot of the Behemoths. He's not even killing the birds. Okay. Let's make the Behemoths finish it. And okay. It was a very exciting battle for me because I was still a little bit nervous playing against such a high-rated player. I was nervous because I was thinking like, okay, I will mess up somehow. So let's check the saves. I loaded 1-1, and yeah, he has a marksman, pikeman. He skipped the corner town, which was my town, which was stronghold. This was not needed, I guess, for him. So this is why he got his main town on the day 5. Oh, this was quite smart play. I would say it's way more important for him to get the second castle than to get the stronghold. So yeah, that was a good play for him. And he then checked the upper town, so he knew that tower is in the middle. Also good play. And what units does he have? Not much. He scouted both of the Portal of Glories. That was very important. Both were discovered by the Looking Tower. Yeah. And 1-3-1. Yeah. He built Angels on 1-7 and got both of the dwellings. So that's great start. That's basically, as I was saying, it's almost impossible to double build Angels on week 2. I've only seen it like one time in my life. So getting 2 external dwellings and build one portal, that's just great. So 1-3-2. Let's check this. 6 Angels. He didn't have much army from boxes. Like even in the second week, only halberdiers and marksmen. But it's okay. 1-3-5 already have Archangels and 35k. Not so bad. Not so bad. He opted to upgrade really early. I kinda like that. If I didn't pressure him, I think he would easily build Angels on the... but he built them anyway. He has double build on week 3, right? We saw it. So 1-4-1. Still well played for him, I would say. And 16 Archangels, 1-4-3. Not many units. I think when I took his castle, he didn't felt very well, and I think holding the castle would just win me the game. There was just no way he could get it back from me, and he couldn't upgrade again. Well, he would have to upgrade the Archangels in his second turn, but it would be most likely GG. I would get both of the dwellings, and then I would even have higher Archangel stack than him. So just holding the town should have been the better decision. But I wonder, where did he get the additional like 13 Angels? Because this is one day before the fight, and he doesn't even have, maybe he doesn't even have enough resources. No. So let's look at the side biome. I'm not sure if he has taken the Looking Tower, but we're going to take it just to see where did he go. And there are no Angels. Man, there are no Angels. He could have gotten the one Utopia, but why would he do that? There is the Rampart Town, but no Angels. No Angels. And where did he cut the Angels? There is no other save to load, so we have to look for it again. And yeah, there it is. It's one of his breaks. One of his breaks are Angels, and I guess they are stepping on his biome side, so he even got 50% and not only 25. On the video I'm not showing it, I wasn't aware of it at this time. I had to ask my opponent. This is quite embarrassing, but it's okay. So yeah, let's wait a second for me to find out. Usually when you're playing the game, you're not able to pay so much attention as where you only watch the stream or video, so you know. No Angels, yeah, okay, stupid head. And then Fortress Townbreak, and there are Angels. But it's quite expensive, right? He got plus 13 Angels, that means he has to pay for 26 Angels. It's like almost all of his gold, so. And then he has to upgrade, which is additional 2600, so he's like, I'm not even sure he could just sell all the artifacts, man. 78,000, and now he needs additional 23,000. So either he first took at least one of the Utopias, this is most likely, maybe, and then he sold the artifacts. So thank you.